And we're back for our daily MLB Best Bets here on August 29th. It's a Friday, and that means all 30 teams today play for Major League Baseball. We've got some games early in the day at 3:40. I guess that's the earliest start time today, all the way till 7:15. Anyways, we got you covered throughout the entire day with our MLB Best Bets. Now, before we get into the video, folks, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for some more daily MLB Best Bets here on the channel. Later today, we're going to post our college football best bets, so make sure to check that out again for week 1 of college football. For Fridays, Saturdays, Sundays, and Mondays games, make sure to go check out our college football best bets, probably either noon or 1 o'clock Pacific time here on the channel, probably noon. So make sure to check that video out, along with our full college football predictions. We got off to a hot start yesterday with the spread picks. Make sure to go check out our college football predictions every single week 1 game that is linked in the description down below. Go check that out. Go hit that subscribe button down below for more. Check out Greedo Plays MMA, UFC France predictions coming on Saturday as we get on to the first of our 5 best bets today for the MLB. The first being a money line bet. So yesterday, another positive day. We started the day 0-2, came back, won 3 in a row, made it a positive night. Looking for another one of those today. By the way, Phillies Braves over. Easiest over we've ever bet. Kyle Schwarber, 4 home runs. That's the most valuable player in the National League, not Shohei Ohtani. Anyways, the first best bet of the day for us is coming with this Reds and Cardinals game from Great American Park. The first game today from Great American Ballpark in Cincinnati, Ohio. I'm taking the Reds. I know both these teams have been extremely ice cold. St. Louis splitting a 4-game set with the Pittsburgh Pirates, and then prior to that losing in Tampa 2 of 3, and the Reds getting swept in Los Angeles against the Dodgers, losing 2 of 3 against the Arizona Diamondbacks. I mean, they are ice cold, right? The Reds have found themselves now 4 games out the postseason, still trailing the New York Metropolitans. This team's not making the playoffs. They had their chance. Unfortunately, they did nothing with that when the Washington Nationals tried to get the Reds back into things by beating the Mets in a 3-game series. Anyways, Cincinnati, in all fairness, they're only still 4 games out with, 4 weeks left to play. They have a little bit of time, and I believe they're going to beat the St. Louis Cardinals tonight. Matthew Liberatore is so mid, it's crazy. Nothing against the guy, but Liberatore does nothing to move the needle for St. Louis winning baseball games, right? The lefty goes out there, and he doesn't throw more than 5 innings. His max is 5 innings. He'll give up runs in every single start that he has, and he's just the definition of mid this season. Really, I mean, look at what he did in the month of June. ERA is 5.1. ERA in the month of July, 6.57. And ERA in the month of August is 5.4. His last 3 starts, he's gone 4 innings, 5 innings, and 4 innings, and he's given up 3 or 4 runs in each of those last 3 starts. It's the same thing every night. Liberatore cannot go past the 5th. He's going to give up a couple runs, and for the most part, his team's usually going to be losing when he comes out the game. On the flip side, Zach Liddell is pitching today for the Reds. Obviously, the former Ray got traded to Cincinnati at the deadline. 3.62 ERA for him. Had a bad last start against the Arizona Diamondbacks. Threw 80 pitches in 3 innings, gave up 4 hits and 3 earned runs in those 3 innings. As a whole, though, Liddell has not been horrible as a Red. 3.92 ERA with the team. Best starts against the Chicago Cubs and the Milwaukee Brewers. Brewers start 6 innings, 4 hits, 1 run. Cubs start at Wrigley Field, 7 innings, 3 hits, and 1 run in his first ever start as a member of the Reds. I think, again, you look at, you compare these 2 starters. I'm going to take Liddell, who obviously is going to hit free agency in about a month, assuming the Reds don't make the playoffs. But I like the pitcher, obviously, for Cincinnati here. Yeah, the Reds, got swept in Los Angeles against the Dodgers. Okay, that's going to happen. It's the Dodgers, right? Do we expect the Reds to be competitive with LA? Well, if you want to be a playoff team, I guess you kind of have to be competitive. But let's just call it how it is. The Reds are not a playoff team. They're better than St. Louis, though. And Matthew Liberatore, who obviously is a lefty who's going to come out here. The Reds, I think they struggle. I know they struggle a little bit against left-handed pitching. I get it. And that's why the line is at minus 120 and not at, minus 140. Because there's a lot of guys in the Cincinnati lineup that struggle against a guy like him, right? TJ Friedl, lefty. Again, not a guy who, gets killed in those splits, but still, that's a lefty-lefty matchup. Mlb Marte, for as good a hitter as he has been this season, batting .295, way better against righties, oddly enough. Ellie De La Cruz, better from the left side of the plate, right? Austin Hayes obviously should be able to mash tonight, I would assume. Gavin Lux, though, left-handed bat, right? There's just a lot of decent matchups for St. Louis in this one, but then you did get a guy like Spencer Steer, who mashes on left-handed arms. Again, it cancels each other out at the end of the day. Obviously, again, I would prefer a right-handed arm going up against the Reds, but I don't really mind it today, just because, again, look at what Liberatore has been this season. Very mid 4.27 ERA. Cardinals lineup, the Reds lineup might be bad some nights. Cardinals lineup is bad some nights as well. I mean, you get production out of an Alec Burleson, out of a Wilson Contreras. Other than that, there's just not much production in the St. Louis lineup. Jordan Walker went yard yesterday, did he not? He did. Okay, that means Jordan Walker's now going to go, 12 straight plate appearances without putting the ball in play, or at least not getting a hit. Shout out to Tommy Pham yesterday, the steroid accuser. We had the Nerfy yesterday in St. Louis, the St. Louis-Pittsburgh game, and of course, Tommy Pham has to hit a solo home run at second batter of the game. Thanks, pal. No, but I don't think St. Louis is going to see that much success at the plate. They're on the road in this spot. At home yesterday, now you go on the road. Albeit, again, that Pirates game was a day game. But I think, again, you look at the starting pitching matchup, that favors Cincinnati a lot. I think the Reds lineup is better than the Cardinals, even though, again, I know they struggle sometimes against Southpaws. I believe the Reds are going to win this baseball game. -120, I like the odds, especially with Cincinnati at home. They technically still do have something to play for, being only 4 games out. Again, are they basically out? Yes, but this is what it is. Watch out for the Giants. Winners of their last 5, only 6 games out the playoffs. Anyways, though, we know the 6 teams that are going to be in the playoffs in likely both the National League and the American League. But give me Reds money line at home in Cincinnati -120 against the St. Louis Cardinals. We move on now to our second best bet of the video. Let's go to our Washington Nationals best bet of the day. I'm going with the Tampa Bay Rays team total over of 4.5 runs. This is just automatic, unfortunately, at this point in time in August of 2025 with the Washington Nationals. It's just an automatic go-to at this point. Whenever Mitchell Parker is pitching, we take the team total over for the opposition. That's exactly what we're doing here. The Tampa Bay Rays are coming off a series against the Cleveland Guardians where, very often on hitting-wise, they got shut out. I believe in Wednesday's game they got shut out. No, Tuesday's game they got shut out. They were up, I think, 3-0 on Wednesday when we had Rays money line. They ended up losing 4-3 to the Guardians. I get it. It's a mixed bag with the Rays bats. Well, it's never a mixed bag with Mitchell Parker because it's always horrible when Mitch Parker pitches. Again, Nationals games are unwatchable when this guy goes on the bump. Don't get me wrong, I still have watched at least a portion of every single Washington Nationals baseball game in the last 7 seasons. It's brutal. It's 8 years, actually, now we're going on. Oh, my goodness. It's brutal. And I have to sit here and watch Mitchell Parker, who is the worst starting pitcher in Major League Baseball. We might as well make some money off of it, right? Mitch with a 6.01 ERA on the season at last start against the Philadelphia Phillies. 5 innings, 6 hits, 6 runs. Start before that against the Phillies, 1 2/3 innings, 4 hits, 6 runs. Mitchell Parker, guys, his ERA in the month of August is 12. And that type of lopsided number, you usually see, okay, he's made 1 or 2 starts in the month. No, he's made 5 starts in the month. And his ERA is 12. It's absolutely ridiculous. I wanted to go Rays money line today. I don't know. Oddly enough, I have a weird feeling the Nationals are going to score runs on Adrian Hauser. I don't know why. -140. Even though Hauser's been really good, I just have a weird feeling. It feels like a weird trap to me. The Rays are only -140 when they should really be like -175. I think Vegas knows something I don't here. So I'm not going to play Nats money line. And if Mitch Parker I'm not going to play Rays money line. And also if Mitch Parker randomly has a good night, the one night I bet against my favorite team, I'm not going to be a happy camper. So I'm going to go Rays team total over instead because the Nats can still win in this scenario. Will they? Probably not. But Mitchell Parker is going to get killed tonight, right? He's just going to get bombed on. ERA is 12 in the month, 6 ERA as a whole this season. It's been horrible. I seriously, you can't name a worse starting pitcher in Major League Baseball than Mitchell Parker. Rays lineup, I know it's not a juggernaut of a lineup. Obviously, Junior Caminero, one of the better bats in the league, obviously power hitting wise. Chandler Simpson's always going to be on base. Yeah, Yandy Diaz. You got Brandon Lau and Josh Lowe. It's not a horrible lineup. It's not a great lineup. Carson Williams obviously made his debut just a couple weeks ago or just last week. It's enough, though, to score 5 runs on Mitchell Parker. And, there is the possibility, the bullpen comes in for the Nationals, and then the Rays take advantage, and then the Rays find a way to score more than 4 runs. And that could happen. I'm really looking at this as, Mitchell Parker's going to give up 5 runs. Because that's just what he does. Guys, Mitchell Parker, in 4 out of his 5 starts in the month of August, he's given up at least 5 runs. Just him. No, not the team. Mitchell Parker himself has given up 5 runs. He gave up 8 against the Brewers, 5 against the Royals, 5 against the Phillies, and then 6 in his second start against the Phillies. The only start where he didn't do that, he gave up 4 runs against the A's. It's an absolute embarrassment. It's a joke. He shouldn't be a starting Major League pitcher. Send his ass to the bullpen now. Oh my goodness. And the fact of the matter, guys, we send Mitchell Parker to the mound tonight, and Miguel Cairo still has the guts to say the Washington Nationals have been playing really good baseball? Are we serious? Really good baseball. You couldn't have just said, we're doing all right. You couldn't have given us the old Davey expression, the boys are battling, they're scrappy. No, we're playing really good. Are we serious? I mean, sure, the Mets series was great. You go into Philly, you get bitched. You go into the Bronx, you get bitched. And now we're going to watch Mitchell Parker give up 12 runs in the first inning to the Tampa Bay Rays, a team with literally no fans. Oh my goodness. Guys, again, Mitchell Parker's ERA in the month of August is 12 over 5 starts. How is that possible? ERA is 6 on the season, and yet the org and the management and the front office says, yeah, you know what? We're just going to keep sending Mitchell Parker to the mound once every 5 days. Do you actually hate your fans? And I don't know what Miguel Cairo, again, maybe Miguel Cairo is just trying to, pump up the boys in the clubhouse. Maybe for the team that's 27 games under 500. Maybe that's what he's doing, but how do you expect your fans to watch this? How am I supposed to spend my Friday night watching my crappy baseball team throw Mitchell Parker on the mound against the Tampa Bay Rays? It's the most uneventful Friday night I can ever think of. I gotta watch the Rays and Nationals. This used to be the battle of, we've got Montreal's future team versus Montreal's old team tonight. Send Mitchell Parker to Montreal. Oh my goodness. It's a travesty what goes on with the Washington Nationals. The Nats have lost 5 in a row with Parker on the mound. He's given up 5 runs in 4 of his last 5, and the only start where he didn't give up 5 runs, he gave up 4. I can't take it anymore. So at least we're gonna make some money on it. All right. Mitchell Parker the Tampa Bay Rays are going to feast off of Mitchell Parker tonight. Tampa Bay team total over of 4.5 runs. Let's move on now to our third best bet of the video today. Let's go to our daily Nerfie for the second consecutive day. I am going with the Pittsburgh Pirates Nerfie. So I said it a little bit earlier, and I will say it again. Tommy Pham screwed our Nerfie yesterday, okay? Only run scored in the first inning in St. Louis yesterday between the Cardinals and Pirates was Tommy Pham. The steroid accuser himself. So we're going to try it again. Honestly, I hate to say it. It's actually a pretty good matchup for Tommy Pham tonight. He destroys left-handed pitching. Peyton Toll makes his major league debut. I believe the Red Sox, I think it's their number 2 overall prospect. Yes, top pitching prospect, number 2 overall prospect. Peyton Toll is getting called up, obviously, from the Worcester, I think, Red Sox. Where is that? Massachusetts? I don't know. Yeah, it's somewhere in the Northeast. He's getting called up, maybe Pennsylvania, I don't know. He's getting called up. He's got a 3.04 ERA this year in the minors, 0.99 whip. He's a lefty. Again, that's why the matchup's not horrible, actually, for Tommy Pham. Hear me out. But I believe the Nerfie's going to be kind of safe here, with the exception of Tommy Pham ruining our fun. I'm so serious. That's like the one thing that kind of concerns me. Pirates lineup, we know they can't score. They scored 1 run in 9 innings yesterday. And, of course, that 1 run had to come in the first inning. Of course. Cardinals don't score in the first, but Tommy Pham has to score. Tommy Pham goes 1 for 4 yesterday, hits a home run, and then looks horrible in his next 3 at-bats. He strikes out 3 times after. Thanks, pal. That's really nice. That's really nice of you. So I'm so serious when I say this. If Peyton Toll in his first ever major league start can get by Tommy Pham, likely the second batter he sees, we're fine. Paul Skeens is not giving up a run. Guys, Paul Skeens, I think I checked, is a minus 10,000 favorite to win the National League Cy Young. For good reason, right? Christopher Sanchez did not have a good last start. Zach Wheeler's out for the year, right? It's Paul Skeens' award. Like, Paul Skeens, knock on wood, I pray it doesn't happen. Paul Skeens could get injured today, and he could, need Tommy John, and he'd still win the award, right? Skeens has been phenomenal, and we barely ever get to take nerfies, playable nerfies when Paul Skeens pitches. It's the combination of how good he is, best pitcher in baseball, and the fact of the matter of how bad the Pittsburgh Pirates lineup is combines for, oh, we always get a minus 165 line for the nerfie. No, we get minus 130 today for Pittsburgh and Boston, which is a little surprising. Paul Skeens, though, sports the best ERA in all of Major League Baseball for qualified starters. That's 2.07. Still is a losing record because the Pirates suck of 8-9. But a .94 whip, fifth most strikeouts in baseball, 2.07 ERA. Last start against the Colorado Rockies, 7 innings of shutdown baseball and shutout baseball. He's just that good. I wanted to go Pirates money line today, but I couldn't. Boston's playing really good baseball. They just swept Baltimore on the road. Obviously, the minus 1.5 didn't pay for us yesterday with Boston. It is what it is. That sucks. But yeah, this team just swept Baltimore. They won 3 of 4 in the Bronx against the Yankees. Yeah, they're playing extremely great baseball. So I can't entirely take Pittsburgh because of the fact I don't know if they're going to be able to score, right, against Toll in his Major League debut. So the nerfie doesn't concern me at all, right? I think, we'll see who Toll gets early in the Pirates lineup. You're probably going to see, are they still going to bet Horowitz first? Probably not, the lefty pitching. They'll probably go, they go Nick Gonzalez probably in the one. It'll probably be Nick Gonzalez, Tommy Pham, Brian Reynolds. Okay. And then who's in the 4? They'll go Clutch in the 4, I think. It doesn't, Kiner Falefa will be batting a little higher. It doesn't matter. I think McCutcheon will be in the 4. Though they might go Pham, Clutch, Reynolds, Clutch, Gonzalez, I think. I don't know. It doesn't matter. The Pirates aren't scoring. Okay, Boston will be throwing at Paul Skeens. They'll get their lefties in the lineup, which means we'll see Roman Anthony batting first. We'll probably still see Bregman, and then probably Story still at 3. I believe Story still at 3rd, even with the lefty going, or even with the righty going. Okay. Bregman's really good. Roman Anthony's really good. I understand that. Trevor Story went in yard yesterday. Who's the best pitcher in baseball? That's all I need to see. Paul Skeens does Paul Skeens things. I don't know if it's going to be enough to propel the Pirates to victory today just because of how bad the Pirates are offensively, but I believe Paul Skeens is going to do his thing. I believe he's going to probably pitch a shutout of 6 or something innings. I almost said 6-7, and that's just a stupid internet thing, but it almost rolled off my tongue. Not because of the internet, just because, anyways. Because legitimately, he could go 6 or 7 innings, I'm taking the nerfie, though, today at Fenway Park, minus 130, Pittsburgh Pirates, Boston Red Sox, Paul Skeens, and Peyton Toll. Peyton Toll, by the way, an absolute unit, 6'6" southpaw. Yeah. Dude should be good, legitimately. What I've seen out of him, really good stuff in the minors. So let's hope he comes through tonight. And no Tommy Pham. On to our 4th best bet of the video. Let's go to our 2nd money line of the day. We are going to Target Field in Minneapolis, Minnesota, as we have the San Diego Padres playing the Minnesota Twins. We're going San Diego money line minus 125. I feel like this is pretty easy. Nestor Cortez coming off of his best start as a San Diego Padre, right after having his worst start as a San Diego Padre. So make it make sense. I don't know, right? He gets brutalized against the San Francisco Giants last Monday. Goes 5 2/3 innings, 7 hits, 4 runs. All fairness to Nestor Cortez, all 4 of those runs were scored in the first inning. He then locked in after. So technically, guys, Nestor Cortez has now gone 12 consecutive innings as a Padre without giving up a run. No, 11. 11 straight innings without giving up a run. That's some good stuff. I can't lie to you, right? ERA is 4.66 this year, but you take away that Giant start, and okay. And you take away that first ever start against the first start of the year as a Brewer against the Yankees, okay. Yeah, Nestor's kind of cooking a little bit. Zebby Matthews comes back from the IL a couple starts ago. Actually, it's been a while now since Zebby Matthews has been back. That's been since the Nationals start. Anyways, Zebby Matthews pitches his last start against the White Sox. My goodness, is it not good? 4 2/3 innings, 8 hits, 4 runs. I don't know. I caught a lot of slack early in the year when Zebby Matthews was pitching against the Nationals, and I said, Zebby Matthews sucks. And I was mad the Nats couldn't win that game against Minnesota because Gore went 6 innings, gave up 1 run. The team lost the game 1-0. And I got a lot of slack from Twins fans, at least over on TikTok, when I said Zebby Matthews wasn't good. Again, Greedo plays clips on TikTok for my daily Washington Nationals news and reactions. Football stuff coming up soon to the TikTok as well. Go follow that thing. Yeah, so I caught a lot of slack for saying, Zebby Matthews isn't good. And he's not. I don't care. Again, is he going to be good? Maybe. He's only 25. this season, Zebby Matthews has not been good for the Twins. 5.3 ERA. The only team he's ever looked good against this season is the Nationals and maybe against the A's once. But no, really, legitimately, his only good start all year was against the Washington Nationals. That doesn't move me, okay? Since the Nationals start, he goes and faces the Red Sox, 4 1/3 innings, 8 hits, 5 runs. Pitches all right against the Tigers, then goes to the Bronx, gets hammered a little bit, only goes 4 innings the second time around against the Tigers, and then goes 4 2/3 and gets clobbered against the Chicago White Sox. And I get it. San Diego's a lineup that we've learned the hard way. They don't really show up. On paper, they're like, it's like, this kind of makes sense because Justin Herbert, his team used to play in San Diego. Like, how Justin Herbert's if man, That's like the Padres. Like, if they could put it all together, they'd be great, right? If the Padres could really put their power together, if Mike Schilt could actually put together a solid lineup and get the right guys in there, they could be decent. But again, they're not going anywhere. Their bullpen's great. So again, if their lineup could score, then their bullpen would put them in a great position to win the baseball game. Their lineup is really concerning, man. It is. If you can't hit off of Zebby Matthews, I don't know what you're expecting to get in the playoffs, okay? Guys, San Diego's a game behind Chicago right now for the 4th seed in the National League, and that matters, obviously, because if the Padres overtake the Cubs, then they get the 3-game series in the wild card round in San Diego, and again, Chicago would have to go to them. It's a huge deal. You don't want to go to Wrigley. I mean, if you don't have to, right? And obviously, we're expecting the Mets to either have to go to Los Angeles or Philadelphia in the first round. I think that's going to be Los Angeles still. I think the Dodgers are going to finish 3rd. Anyway, just because the Phillies, they put together regular season wins like it's crazy at home. Anyways, if you're San Diego, okay, and I know the Cubs are not playing good baseball either right now, and this is, by the way, again, if the Padres win today, Cubs lose. Cubs are playing Colorado, never mind. But still, you need to stay right there with Chicago. You need to be right there. And also, you're still only a couple games back of the Dodgers. What, you're only 2 behind Los Angeles. You're still right there. So, Padres got to show a sense of urgency here. They got to go out there and try to actually win games. And if you're not able to convert and you're not able to dominate Zebby Matthews, then what are you? Come on. You've got Fernando Tatis, Luis Ariz, who's been ice cold. He's due to finally do something. Okay. Ryan O'Hearn's an elite hitter in the game right now. Manny Machado is Manny Machado. Bogarts has kind of figured it out offensively. Gavin Sheets, rest of the lineup, whatever. Fermin's better than Elias Diaz, so I'll give him credit. Crone's zone, how can I forget Ramon Laureano? On paper, again, this is just the if team. This is the Justin Herbert team. If they can get it together, they'll be great. Twins lineup doesn't move me. I don't think it moves anybody. I mean, what? This team, they scored 8 runs in their last game against the Blue Jays, though. They lost. Blue Jays had to walk it off in the bottom of the 9th they had to go ahead in the bottom of the 8th, with the Addison Barger double. I don't know how they scored 8 runs in Toronto. Eric Lauer isn't horrible either. Interesting. Buxton's literally just the key to their success. Like, if Buxton's having a good night, then everyone else is going to kind of come around. They are back at home. Buxton's batting .260. But, Buxton's great. Other than Buxton, my goodness, this lineup's just so mid. No, I will give credit. Luke Keyshaw is actually hitting the ball really well. Rookie out of Watsonville, California. He's batting .337 so far. I believe he's a rookie. Yeah, he's a rookie. He's batting .337, 4 home runs, 18 RBI, right? Again, we talked about early in the year at the deadline, right, how Minnesota kind of blew it up. They kind of just waved the white flag. Yeah, that's what they did for the season. But, I mean, obviously the guys in the team are still trying to win. Again, if you're San Diego, you are trying to make – you're going to be in the playoffs. You're trying to make a push to the championship. You're trying to make your championship push this season. You cannot lose games like this in Minnesota, especially against a pitcher in Zebby Matthews, who has a 5.2 something ERA, okay? It's an unacceptable loss potential for San Diego tonight. Go out there and actually win the baseball game. I'm taking Padres money line on the road in Minnesota at Target Field, -125 for Nasty Nestor and the Padres. On to our final best bet of the video. Let's go to our best player prop of the day. I'm taking Dean Kramer. Over 4.5 strikeouts. It's at -130 at Oracle Park in San Francisco, California. Again, I completely understand how great a baseball the Giants are playing right now, and I expect the Giants to win this game. Robbie Ray's going for them. Again, Kramer from Stockton, from the 209, from NorCal. Obviously, Sacramento's closer, but regardless. From the 209, Nick Diaz Army, Dean Kramer is from Stockton. pitching in California, pitching in NorCal. I don't believe for the first time. I'm pretty sure he pitched the last time the Orioles were here a couple years ago. But anyways, yeah, definitely not the first time he's pitched in San Francisco. Kramer's going to get strikeouts. He is. No matter how bad the start goes for him, which this has a total potential of just being a letdown Giants night. Like, they don't win yesterday if it's not for Willy Adames, which is just so weird because of how ass he's been this year. But Adames comes through. No one else really comes through except for Jung-Hoo Lee in the bottom of the ninth. Nobody does it like him. Jung-Hoo Lee in the bottom of the ninth with the RBI single into right field. But yeah, Adames with 2 solo shots was crazy. I mean, 2 home runs, one a solo, the other a 2-run shot. Surprised me, like, that never happens. So expect some regression out of him, right? And Rafi's been hitting the ball really well too. My point though with all this is Dean Kramer gets strikeouts. He does. Now Shota Iminaga yesterday, and we had Giants money line, so I was happy with the Jung-Hoo Lee walk-off. But Shota, in 7 innings, gives up 5 hits and 3 runs, but he gets 5 strikeouts. So that's the line again. That's the number that we need for Dean Kramer tonight. Kramer's a guy who's been getting strikeouts all year long. I mean, he's been really productive recently. So look at his 4 starts in the month of August. 3 of those, he's gone over this line. 6 strikeouts against Philadelphia, 6 strikeouts against Seattle, 6 innings, 8 innings respectively, and then his 2 starts ago against Houston at Minute Maid or Dalen Park, whatever they call it. 7 innings, 3 hits, 0 runs, 7 Ks. Last start against the Astros wasn't very good, and this is why he couldn't get the strikeouts. Only got 4 Ks in a game where he went 5 innings, 7 hits, and 6 runs, okay? Again, that's an outlier. Dean Kramer's actually been pretty good this season. At least he's been able to fill the stat sheet. He's been able to go out there and just eat innings. If we want to look back to his last 8 starts, Dean Kramer's gone over 4.5 strikeouts in 7 of those. I mean, again, we're going to take that. We will. Especially against the Giants lineup where, yeah, they're looking great right now. They've won 5 in a row. They win the last 2 at American Family Field against the Milwaukee Brewers. They sweep the Chicago Cubs, which is crazy. Again, tells you that the Cubs are probably not in a great spot right now. Again, I went over this yesterday. There's no team that's all that good in the National League right now. I still think it's probably Phillies to lose. Hell, look at Kyle Schwarber and the 4 home runs yesterday. Anyways, it is the Giants, guys. They are due for some regression eventually, right? There's strikeout guys up and down the lineup. Elliot Ramos, strikeout potential. Rafi Devers, strikeout potential. Willy Adames made some great swings yesterday. He will still swing at balls that are 3 balls off the plate, okay? Strikeout potential. Matt Chapman will have nights where he is A, the luckiest player in the world, B, he has the most power in the world, or C, he'll look clueless at the plate. We're looking for C tonight. Casey Schmidt probably not in the lineup with the righty. Wilmer not in the lineup either. Dom Smith, probably not going to strike him out. He's all contact, obviously. If Drew Gilbert's in the lineup, we hope Drew Gilbert's in the lineup. We do. You know, he's not very good right now, okay? Still strikes out a lot. If Matos might be in the lineup, maybe. Maybe Matos in the lineup. Probably not with the righty. Patrick Bailey will be there. Whatever. Right? But there's strikeout guys, right? I literally just broke down the entire Giants lineup for you. There are going to be guys that are going to strike out tonight. And Dean Kramer's a guy, again, in 7 out of his last 8 starts has gone over this line. There's a reason it's booked, or it's marked at -130, or set at -130. And I believe it's going to be good enough to hit tonight. So I'm going to go over 4.5 strikeouts today for the Baltimore Orioles starting pitcher from the 209 Stockton, California, Dean Kramer. Again, over 4.5 strikeouts. Line is at -130. I believe he's going to easily go over this line. I'd expect 6 or 7 strikeouts tonight. Yep, for Dean Kramer. I think he'll get it done in San Francisco. So, folks, thank y'all for watching our MLB Best Bets here on August 29th. If you haven't yet, though, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for more. Make sure to leave a like if you did enjoy the video. Make sure to comment if you do disagree with any of the picks. We'll be back tomorrow for more daily MLB Best Bets. Go make sure to check out our college football Best Bets later today. Folks, thank y'all for watching. And Mamba, forever.